Hi, students and parents. Exams are over. Now you're searching for your own careers. I thought it's the right time to share a few advices from my end during this time. Our country is going at 7% growth, which is an enviable growth rate as far as the world is concerned. However, we are reading newspaper items day in and day out that students who are graduating from IITs and top institutions like IIM are not being able to place themselves. We are all aware to get admissions into premier institutions is an Herculean task in India. India has the lowest selectivity ratios in the world, and therefore these institutions only select the creme de la creme of the intelligentsia of the country. There are unfortunate incidences that we come across too, where students take their lives while pursuing hard for these entrance tests. And there are other unfortunate incidences where students take their lives after having got their admission into these institutions. All the statements mentioned by me above are quite complex and difficult to fathom due to the contradictions that exist between themselves. So what's going on? Let's get an answer to this. Placements and salaries should be a natural outcome of good education. However, education institutes have become gatekeepers to identify the top talent rather than build the right talent. Education must also help the student identify and discover his own self and align his aspirations with the ultimate career objective. This is one of the most important responsibilities of education. Let me compare the current scenario with what happens in a gold rush. When you are chasing salaries and placements, which is akin to gold, everybody is trying to get there. But we all know that sometimes the gold runs out. Education has taken the gold rush very seriously in our country, and all academic institutions have aligned their curriculums, their pedagogies to teach students to make them employable at the employment stage, but not truly capable. As a result, they do get the best jobs, but they might not get the right jobs. Humans have learned time and again that the gold rush eventually ends up on its face when the gold runs out. This is what is happening in our country. When I asked you what's going on, the gold out of salaries and placements is now no more. Unfortunately, the stereotyping of the curriculum and the effort to chase that single objective of salaries and placement has made all our institutions identical and with a singular objective. As a result, we are producing more and more people trying to seek higher salaries and greater placements, which has created such a large demand and shortened the supply, leading to the gold running out. And as a result, we have premier institutions now which do not have jobs. Earlier, it started with the lower end institutions. Now it's more evident as we see IIT and IIMs landing into trouble, not being able to place the students. The corporate world is fast changing and is no more recruiting on the basis of degrees, but recruiting on the basis of capabilities. And this is a big change that we need to basically keep in our mind. The students must try and seek those institutions which will nurture and incubate their aspirations. Also, it's important to remember what one can do with education instead of what education can do for you. Hence, it's important for one to find institutions that will allow them to experiment, innovate, discover, and not ostracize them for failure, but work on them to help them overcome their failures. Bringing to the moot point that selection of institution is about fitment. Students need to choose an institution in which they fit in seamlessly, just like a hand would fit into a glove. Factors to consider for fitment are affordability, peer group, area of studies, quality of faculty, flexibility of choice of courses, soft skill development, curriculum interventions such as internships, practicums, and live projects. More importantly, to provide an opportunity to the student to create a portfolio of things that he can do and demonstrate his abilities to the corporate world when he's facing the interview, or build his confidence to do things on his own and become an entrepreneur. To get one's fitment right, it's important to know oneself, and to discover oneself is itself a big challenge. So my dear students, coming to conclude on the question that I raised, it's very important for all of you not to focus and choose an institution basis placements and salary. It's very important to choose an institution that will help you grow and build your capabilities. In the gig economy to come, people are going to measure you by what you can do and not what degree you have. So make the right choice and don't be disheartened if you don't get into the premier institutions. You have a long life to go and lots to achieve. So go for it, don't worry, make a right choice and you will be happy ever after.